Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Before we get into this video, I would like to say my mouth is raw, so if you can't take it, you might not want to watch it.
Girls can't take my motherfucking mouth, bitch. My mouth is real, it is raw, it is raunchy, bitch.
And I say things with love, almost as if we're at my kitchen table, okay? So if you hear a few bitches and so on, just know I call anybody a bitch. It could be a bitch with love and so on, so don't get offended.
We got you. We got you.
Hello, and I missed you guys. I feel like it's been a minute since I talked to you guys. The last recap was The Real Housewives of Potomac, and while we wait for the reunion to come on so I can see Miss Rabiana, Tapiana, Strapiana, Dykiana, Rabiana, Miss the Dykiana, Miss Rabiana, Miss Rabiana, Tapiana, Strapiana, Dykiana, Rabiana, Tapiana, Miss Strapiana, Dykiana, Miss Rabiana, Miss Rabiana, Tapiana, Strapiana, Dykiana, Rabiana, Dykiana, Rabiana. Come on, Miss Strapiana. No, but for real, while we wait for this reunion, is it really worth watching? Because I'm thinking to myself, they had to go and watch What Happens Live. And when I say they, I meant to say Robert. I meant to say Miss Rabiana, Miss Robin. I'm trying to let me be nice. Let me be nice to Miss. See, I caught myself. Okay, so she went on Watch What Happens Live to clarify and explain the mistress situation, which you guys saw in my last video, hopefully. So really, is the reunion worth watching? I mean, there is other storylines that were had, but it's like bitches were hiding their real life this whole season. Like, what was really going the fuck on? But anyways, let's get into the Real Housewives of New Jersey. My first Real Housewives of New Jersey. Hold on. Oh, Charisse, leave me alone. I've been leaving you alone, so leave me alone. Anyways, let's get into this Real Housewives of New Jersey recap. And if you are a Melissa fan, I'm gonna need you to maybe not watch this video because I'm about to eat her up and her man up because they are, I'm not a Teresa stan, but it's like y'all are coattail riding upon her nanny. It's time to let go, let loose, and find you know what, let's just get into this recap. So the first scene we get basically is Melissa and Joe Gorga. Okay, let me not do too much, but we get them complaining or talking about Teresa per usual. I wish I did a Teresa counter because like Teresa, all I get from them. Like, what else are y'all doing? I'm not sure if that's the editor's fault or just like y'all have nothing else to talk about and your only good storyline is that, because you already built a house before on this show. Like, we've seen that plenty of times. I mean, we've seen Melissa's story. We've seen her partner get cut out of the business because you know what, you scare me out of asshole selling fake Chanel in your damn, you know what, I'll wait until we get later into the video to really get into you. But the point is, and back to the beginning of the recap, is basically they're talking about a text that Melissa sent to apparently Teresa, and Teresa didn't reply, and they're shook. This is really a storyline? Okay, whatever. Here we go.
You invited Teresa?
Yeah, I don't want to leave anybody out,
You were asked on Watch What Happens Live who was going to be your bridesmaid.
Melissa will not be a bridesmaid.
No.
A big part of the show is your relationship with your sister-in-law, Teresa.
Right.
And we talked about the wedding, the beautiful wedding, but you and Joe were not there.
Right.
What happened?
Listen, it's extremely sad, It's one of those things where you never wish it on anyone. You never imagine that it's going to happen. I think everyone will see why we made that decision. And I think that was honestly the best thing for my family at the time.
Whatever you want in your wedding is fine with me.
This is the thing, honey. We're not close.
Okay.
Like, you're my sister-in-law, but we're not close.
Understandable.
Like, my heart's beating right now because it's kind of, like, sad for me.
What do you think will last longer, Joe's stand-up career or Louis and Teresa's marriage?
Wow.
Hold on, I want to hear what Gorga says. I'm going to answer the question. My stand-up career, baby. I said it.
Teresa, what's your response to Joe saying that his stand-up career would last longer than your marriage?
He's my brother, so I don't, hearing that was really hurtful to hear.
What was your reaction?
And I wish his comedy career is successful.
She showed how she really feels about both of us. It's like sad.
Oh, Joe, put on your let me not be problematic. Okay, that's not problematic. But girl, you are wearing your panties right now. Like, you are really being Miss Gorga. Like, more than Miss Gorga, Melissa. That Gorga. You're not holding a tomato, and I don't think you get that. And I feel like you guys are just grasping for straws. I mean, come on now. Like, Melissa had a whole workout business that was in stores, and I believe still is. Like, not workout business, but like workout clothes and straps and not strappianas, but workout straps and bands and whatever. Why didn't we see any of that on the show? She talks about how she loves to work out so much. Why are we not seeing any businesses related towards that? I mean, come on. Everything is Teresa. You claim you don't care about them. You claim, or them, I meant to say Teresa. You know what I mean. You claim you don't care about Teresa and that you're not using her for a storyline, but every time y'all talk, in every scene I see, it's about either y'all hunching or it's about Teresa. And I'm like wondering, like, did y'all have a threesome? And I'm not trying to imply nothing. Hold on. Allegedly in this bitch, cause I don't wanna get sued in this motherfucking hoe.
And that's a lawsuit.
Are going to jail. Period.
Okay, Wiggs, can we talk? I have siblings and I'm adopted, so my view on, okay, so I'm trying to warm it up nicely. Okay, do y'all get weird vibes from Teresa and Joe? Like, I'm not trying to imply nothing, but I get real, like, flower in the attic type vibes. Like, did something happen? Or like, Joe, do you really want to be with Teresa? No, I'm playing. Okay, no, I'm not playing. I'm just saying, like, I just get a weird vibe, and I have siblings, I'm adopted, but it is different. So I'm not trying to, okay, I'm just saying. So I just get a weird vibe because this is too much. It's too much. It's too the fuck much. And I know siblings go through it. I get it. I understand it. But it's like, I get a vibe. And yeah, but anyways, let's get into more of Melissa and Joe. Or not Melissa and Joe. Let's get into Teresa explaining why she really doesn't F with Melissa and Joe. How about that?
I think you say in the trailer that Melissa is or has kept you and Joe apart or is keeping you and Joe apart. Do you still believe that?
No. It's I think it's also my brother. This time, I have to say, this season I was just blown away by my brother. Yeah.
The episode is opening with this text message.
I'm fine not being in the wedding. I don't want to get mad over Jennifer. I don't want you to get mad over Margaret. All good.
And she didn't answer you.
I know.
We left the reunion. I get that text message in the car driving home from the reunion.
That's bonkers.
After 15 hours of taping, after 15 hours of taping, and I just had surgery. I was so exhausted. I was in pain.
You had your appendix out.
Sitting there for all day. It was crazy. So I read her text. I was like, all right, good, cool. We're good. We're good.
Period. The end. It was matter of fact. There was no questions.
Yeah, there was no question mark. Like, I'm like, all right, we're good. She's not mad at me for not being in the wedding. I'm not going to get mad at you for Jennifer. You don't get mad at me for Margaret. Perfect. Okay. Like, she never told me about a text message to start the season off that way. It was like so crazy to me.
And all of a sudden, I got a text inviting us to Teresa's 50th birthday on an island with her closest people to her.
You don't even want us at your wedding.
Really?
Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts and questions and what the actual F's about this.
All right. So this is what I have to say about that. Oh my God. I gave birth on the show. I went to prison on the show. I got divorced on the show. I got married on the show. I buried my parents on the show. This is what I've done. And her story is I didn't return a text message. That's her storyline.
She just admitted what we really are, which is not close. And she's like, I have my people here now.
They filmed Antonia's Sweet 16 party. They didn't put it on Housewives. I don't know why. She had a main table. I was not sitting at her main table.
Yeah.
I was sitting with her nieces.
Listen, you're not gonna have your not
My
main
point is,
people.
did I make a big deal about that? Did I make a big deal? No, I did not. Wait, you guys got to keep watching the show to see the shenanigans that happened this whole season. Like, it's crazy. Your mind's going to be fucking spinning. I swear to God.
That's why I can't answer the phone. I couldn't go to her birthday party.
All this over a text, we get it. It's like sad. It's like sad. You said it over and over again. We get it. It's sad. What you gonna do about it? You gonna move on? You gonna cry? Like, what's the issue? Is really y'all are grasping again for her storyline. And again, I'm really not a Teresa stan. I promise you. I'm a Danielle stop standing this bitch. I'm dead ass serious too. I love Miss Chaotic Queen, but I'm just saying, like, every time I see Melissa and Joe Gorga, it's talking about Teresa, and I get, again, interviewers are asking them about Teresa, but it's like, y'all can say, can we talk about something else? I have this coming out, or I'm working on this, or don't you have music? Can't you do a display part 2? I'm on display part 2. Okay, something. Like, I don't understand why Melissa is trying to force this relationship when she really doesn't want it. Well, I know why she's trying to force it for the cameras, because she know once it's done, she ain't gonna have a storyline. So I get it. But, like, Teresa already told you to your face, like, y'all are not close. Do you not get it? Obviously you don't. Or you do, but you playing dumb.
That's Melissa.
We have history, honey, me and you, and I love you very much, and I'm happy for you.
Of course, but
I think you should
feel
remember
like
what family is. I'm more your family than those girls you met 1 year ago. And it's very sad that you don't feel that way.
No.
I think there's more to it than that.
I'm sure.
I don't feel close to you. Like, that's the thing.
But I have to be honest with you. Let's stop faking like we have a relationship, because you've proved to everyone that we don't.
Exactly, Jennifer. I'm with you. The real issue is basically Melissa and Joe came on the show behind Teresa's back, and I know some of y'all are like, yes, like, who cares? You should be, like, happy for your family getting an opportunity to come on TV and, you know, just shine, I suppose. But, you know, not behind somebody's back, and then not when the show is based upon arguing and turmoil, and you just know that what comes with it. You see, you watch the show, you are a fan of the show, you're a fan of me, aka I'm speaking as Teresa, so it's like, you know what is going to come with it. And as soon as y'all did come on the show, it was nothing but bullshit. That christening, you banging on the tables and turning it up. I mean, come on. And then you really contacted Danielle Staub too. Like, come on, girl. As Kim Zolciak would say on The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 1 reunion, well, let it out. Because, like, come on, Danielle already spilled the beans when she brought up, like, Teresa's nephew when Melissa wasn't even on the show. So how did she know this tea? Melissa was contacting her trying to get on the show. So whatever, girl. Like, just be honest how you got on the show. You lie and say that, you know, producers contacted you. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe they did, but, like, Andy said otherwise, and producers are saying otherwise, so, like, why are you lying? I feel like producers be also protecting them, not past producers, but current producers on the show, and even Andy sometimes. It's, like, weird. Andy, are you hunting upon Joe? Is he strapping you? Not strapping, because he has a penis, but I'm saying, like, what's going on? Is he topping you? That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the tea. And the tea, I mean by the tea, wait, I just said the tea like too many times. Okay, so let's get into a producer really saying how the girls got onto the show. When I say the girls, I mean Joe Gorga and Melissa. And yes, I know that one of them is not a girl, but he's acting like Okay, that's actually weird to say. I was gonna say a bitch, but that doesn't really correlate to a girl, so that's really stupid to say. So he's just really acting dumb. How about that? Just stupid, period, per. And I'm not saying girls are stupid, okay? Because you know I live for the girls. You know, I mean, come on, yes. Okay, per. I'm saying like he's just acting real ladylike, okay? Real lady Yana. More than Melissa Yana. You get it? You got it? Good. Per.
My family came on the show behind my back, and that was the worst thing like that I could have ever happened to me. Because that's why I don't speak to Kathy anymore, because I'll never speak to her or Rosie ever again, because I don't want family like that. Like, but my brother and Melissa, for my parents, of course, I forgave them, and it is what it is. It's the truth.
It's
like
Lisa said to me one time, she goes, I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
One of the things that hurt me the most in my whole life, besides losing my mom, was my family coming on the show behind my back.
Was fame more important than family?
Okay, because I respect your question. First of all, I'm going to tell you all right now that the getting on behind the back thing is 100% false and untrue.
I get a phone call a week before season 3 was filming. Okay? Teresa calls me. Because I was her producer season 2.
Okay.
She said, oh my gosh, I just learned that my sister-in-law and my brother are cast members on this show. I did not know that until now.
True or not true, Teresa had no idea you were coming on the show.
Untrue. They inboxed me to interview her and I, which, by the way, they inbox all of my friends still right now looking for.
But all my friends, as soon as they get inboxed, they say.
Yeah, but you and I were not friends at all.
She had no idea.
And this is before the...
This is a week before filming we're supposed to commence.
This is before the famous other baptism.
Yes.
Which was Joe and Melissa's son's baptism.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, she had no idea. Mm-hmm. She called me, freaking out. What should I do? I don't know, Carla. This is crazy. That's my family. I don't want to fight with my family. She was freaking out.
Because she knew that the show required fighting at this point?
Well, I think she knew that at that time they probably weren't at the best place.
Oh.
But so when she said she was blindsided, what I can say to you is the truth that I know.
I do believe she was blindsided.
She had no idea.
That part I do believe she was blindsided.
She had no idea. She found out because they finally revealed to her, not they, the producers, that your sister-in-law and your brother are on the show. You have to go to this
christening.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there with
Which is the first day of filming. That's how she found out.
Second of all, because the show was the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and when they approached me to join, I took an opportunity. I auditioned. I took an opportunity just like every other girl on this couch and on our show, and like the Manzos and Jacqueline. And you can't let anyone tell you what to do or claim you. You have to live for you. You have to take, and I didn't come on to argue with anybody. So the truth is, you have to, if an opportunity comes your way, no one owns the Real Housewives of New Jersey, okay? We're gonna take an opportunity just like every single other person in this whole Jacob Javits Center did. So I'm not gonna let anybody stop us from something. And we did really make a decision together as a family. And Teresa 100% knew that we were getting on this show. It was never behind her back.
And Joe, you came back to the show. During the reunion, you walked off set, you quit, and you decided to come back. So what made you make that decision?
Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen talked me into it. I really didn't want to come back. It was done, you know. I'm tired. Family. Can't deal with the family drama anymore. It's like really, it's enough. I'm tired of it. You know?
I hear you, man. I know Teresa's wedding's coming up. Are you guys getting ready for it? Are you able to kind of push aside the drama to celebrate her and Louis? How's that all going?
Yeah, we can always push aside the family drama for a good wedding, right? Like, yes. And at the end of the day, everybody just wants to see Teresa happy. So I think we're going to see her happily ever after, finally. And I'm happy for her.
Me You Move On tweeted, why did you promise not to talk about the Giudices, only to go on Melissa's podcast to do just that? Do you really believe your nieces would have been homeless and not have food if it wasn't for you?
It's just that we have a lot of memories, even if we're not close. When you were away, I was the one helping your mother pick up your girls and bring them to dance. You remember that?
Well, I didn't mean homeless. What I meant was we kept the show going.
Okay.
Because, you know, we went through a downfall, right?
Okay. Other people pointed out, though, that we did shut production for a while until Teresa came out.
Correct.
I feel like we haven't gotten out of the press in the last year, which is like, it's like
true.
annoying. It's a little annoying. Like you want to, you don't want to constantly be.
You want to take a breather.
Yeah, you want a breather,
Yeah.
but we didn't get one this year.
And
it's not coming soon.
Another unfair
It's
thing, that's
starting.
true, is we film every summer. Does everyone know that? Like, we haven't
Yeah.
had a summer off in, what, 6 years?
I would say at least 4 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no summer vacation for us.
Some of y'all better be glad there's no summer vacation because y'all need a check. And I don't know why Melissa and Joe is complaining because they eat up the attention. They eat up the media. They call the paparazzi on themselves. I mean, come on. But paparazzi is really looking for Joe Garga and Melissa Garga. I mean, be for real. I'm really, come on. I mean, really. How much money are they making off photos of Joe and Melissa? I'm sorry. I'm really at a loss for words. Don't play in my face. But anyways, moving along from these two leeches, okay? Leachiana dumb fucks. Oh, okay, I'm getting a little too comfortable. Excuse my mouth. Better put a headphone on if you are, at work. And if you are new to this channel, it does get a little sour and real over here as the intro warned you. Yeah, so the next scene, like I was saying before my mouth got sour, is Trout Mouth and Teresa sitting down, and Teresa is really apologizing and owning up to some of her behavior, but not before calling out Miss Margarita, because, come on, girl, let's be real, you're Miss Messiana. Like, you started a lot of shit and you hide your hands. Come on, Granny.
It's hard because we were close, but there was a side of you last year that was just so cutting and hurtful. I was like, who is this?
We got a lot of questions wanting to know, why are you so concerned with Teresa's love life? She never brings up anything about you.
Well, I wouldn't say she never brings up anything about me per se. I put it all out there right from the beginning, so
Okay.
I was very honest about it. I think I was very concerned right from the beginning because things did come out.
The ex-girlfriends are putting it out. They're bitter.
Right. These exes want to bury this guy.
No, it's because he's with Teresa Giudice. He's dating Teresa Giudice. That's why. Okay, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Wow.
Margaret, it was week after week me hearing something negative about him, and it was all coming from you.
Now she's in the love bubble. Did you ever talk about Louis stuff with her?
No, she doesn't want to talk about it because she feels all of this is happening because of who she is. And she's so happy.
Listen, she is so happy. But what about allegations of abuse?
If you're concerned, there's a different way to go about it. It's just like not constantly every week something new coming out. And it's like you're trying to shame us. You're trying to shame Louis. So if you're trying to shame Louis, then obviously you're trying to shame me too. You're hurting us because I'm telling you to stop. I don't care about his past. And we all have a past. I have a past.
Right.
No, I have a past. Like Louis could have judged me. Oh,
right.
And he didn't. His family could have judged me. And they didn't, they got to know the person. So that's all I kept saying is like, I focused on how he treated me, how he is with me, I'm not going to judge him on his past. Like that's, when you evolve in relationships. Like I know I'm probably a different person than I was with my ex now that I'm with Louis. Because he does have a calming effect on me. He does. He doesn't curse. He doesn't curse. I love the way he's so smart. And the way he speaks very, very eloquently, he does. And he does have a calming effect on me. I'm like, babe, you need to rub off on me more,
You talk to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Why? Because you said that I spread the rumors to the bloggers about Louis.
Yes.
So last we heard you were having some drama with Teresa. Teresa was blaming you for Louis' gossip that was kind of...
Yes.
Were you leaking the gossip?
No, I was not leaking the gossip at all.
But you and the other ladies were talking about it.
Yeah, you know what? When things are out on social media and out there, of course, we discuss it. And it was out there everywhere, so of course, we discussed it.
Yes,
I'm not going to talk about it. You're trying to flex so no one talks about Louis.
Let's talk about Louis.
I don't want to talk about Louis. You would have said this is hurting me. Or like,
did. You know, I'm not happy about you talking about Louis. If you did have a concern, you should have came to me from the beginning.
no, you went crazy on me.
Because I thought you were my friend.
But you're a grudge holder. You are a grudge holder.
I'm not anymore.
Okay.
Well, because I'm working on myself.
But what about Melissa and Joe? I know there's issues.
Because of you, I got
of
mad
me?
at them. I felt like my brother and Melissa should have said to you, nobody speaks badly about Louis.
But that's displaced.
Now, Joe Gorga, is a potential reconciliation with Teresa very real? What can you tease about the future?
Well, I'm just hearing in the press that she says there's no fixing our relationship. So she is the older one in our family. She's my older sister. And whatever she says goes.
Yeah, Granny Margaret is messianic, and I'm not age shaming. I'm just saying, like, she is old as fuck to be acting the way she acts. I mean, I guess messiness don't have no age limit, but it's like, girl, it's not a good look for you. I mean, come on now. Let's worry about something else. Okay. I commend her for being a businesswoman and always having, like, her Macbeth business. Like, I always see it in Five and Below. Well, when I was in the Midwest, I did. What else does she have? Her little mocktail line. So she has a lot of things going on. I want to see more of that and less Messiana. And I guess that's what the show is centered around, is being messy. It's like, I really don't enjoy it from her, though. It's not, I mean, I guess she's playing the villain role well in that case, but in that matter, bring back Danielle, but y'all always treat her sour and jump upon my girl. But she handles Margaret really well. That's who I really want to come back and really get her together. But moving on to the next scene, we see at this next party with some of the new girls, and Margaret is explaining to fucking Melissa and Joe again why Teresa doesn't fuck with them, even though they should know. Like, come on, what's not clicking?
Talk to you, but Teresa had asked me to go to her house.
How did it go?
She said she was so devastated with everything that was coming out about Louis, and she was taking it out on me. Like, she was apologizing.
That was nice.
Which was good. And I said, you know, if you displaced anger towards me, can't you admit that you would displace anger towards Melissa and Joe?
Yeah.
She said to me, point blank, you didn't say you're not to back Louis up.
Yes, like that, just like that, yep.
I didn't say one negative thing about Louis.
But she was upset about when she sent that text message, you know, back Louis up when we were at your shore house. And I was like,
What did Louis say?
Louis was just like, he goes, you know, that was a very insecure move on Melissa's part.
Insecure move
woman.
on my part? He's calling me insecure?
I've done everything right. I really have. I've respected her. I loved her. I respected Louis. And my wife has respected her. And we're all about family.
In this trailer, we hear Teresa say, you know, like, she's always wanted to, like, break up me and my brother, and now she's finally done that. How did that feel to hear that being said?
I think it makes absolutely no sense.
Mhm.
I mean, I think all of the years have shown that I've done completely the opposite. There were so many times that I've had to literally bring them together. You know, at the end of the day, it's such a sad situation for the whole family, for our kids. It's never something that I take lightly. I still, to this day, can't believe that this is where we're at. There's always hope, but it just feels like, honestly, like it was getting very toxic. And it just got to a point where, like, you know, you need to worry about your own family and stop worrying about everything else. And it's like taking too much energy, and it's not easy ever anymore. Like, it got to the point where it's like brutal.
Mhm.
And it's like, what are we doing here? Maybe it's time to take a little minute. And I feel like I did what was right for my family.
You dumb delusional hoe. I'm so sorry, Melissa. You are so pretty, but so, like, girl, like, get it together. You didn't stop talking to Melissa. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. You got me fucked up. You didn't stop talking to Teresa. She stopped talking to you. She cut you guys off. Remember? You guys have said it publicly. So what are you talking about? You distance yourself from Teresa. I'm confused. Just because you didn't go to one wedding that y'all were probably itching at the bit to go to, but y'all were trying to be dramatic and make a scene, so y'all thought it would make more of a splash to not go, and then were more sour that you didn't go? Come on now.
There's so many rumors out there right now, especially about me for some reason.
I feel like when I see a t-shirt that says like a huge Gucci on it or a huge Versace on it, like I get it, you're wearing designer, but every t-shirt looks like that. Like, do you feel like this is like a Jersey
I don't
thing?
know if it really is, because she did get fined and did have to go to court. She was sued by Chanel. I'm gonna go with that was a faux Gucci shirt, and that was a wonderful rendition of a faux shirt. And if she wants to show me the receipt, I'll just say, okay.
I have never read more nonsense. Like, it's to the point now where we're like giggling at home, and Joe's like, oh my God, look what they said I did today.
Good morning, Michael. Real Housewives star Joe Gorga finding himself in the hot seat this morning for what some say are not so real claims that he's posted on social media.
Gonna say Gorga.
I told you one day I put my name in lights.
He's the boisterous brother of Teresa Giudice on Real Housewives of New Jersey. Joe Gorga finding himself in a new fight this morning, being accused of faking a before and after photo for his real estate business on social media. Gorga frequently shares photos of home renovation projects with his followers on Instagram, even promoting a real estate seminar. In a now deleted post, Gorga posting this before and after photo of a house he says he flipped, writing, "Look at this flip worth $1.9 million. Took me 6 months to turn this around. Ripped off the roof and added to the second floor. I think I might move in." The only problem, Callie Svensson says the after photo is her house and was never renovated by Gorga.
It was a new construction. The foundation was new. Everything about it was new. It was built from the ground up.
Not only is the after photo not one of Gorga's projects, the house in the before photo still looks just like this. According to Realtor.com, that one last sold just a few months ago. Svensson says she reached out to Gorga via Instagram to ask him to take down the post of his supposed renovation, but he never responded.
We felt like he was using our house to advertise his business, and can't be making mistakes like that. You have to make sure that you check your facts and anything you put out there is true.
Now, Gorga eventually deleted that post and he declined to comment. But a source close to the reality star tells ABC News Gorga's social media manager shared it by mistake, and that even though he never spoke to the homeowners directly, he did work with a group of investors to help fund the construction of that home. As for the Svenssons, they say mistakes like that should not happen and he should be more careful in the future. I see some skeptics here.
And I'm like, look at me today. Like, I'm like, what's going on? He's like,
At least you take it like that.
no, what are you going to do? Cry? They say the most ridiculous things.
There's a sledgehammer, Joe. Go get it. I paid
rent.
the
Loser.
state paid you.
Years.
The state paid you.
Nowhere to live, and I gave
No, the state paid. I paid you. You're saying I owe you for 4.5 years. Paid you. Paid you. I got you. I can't pay my rent. Unlike you. Get the here. I'm calling the cops.
It's been 4 years.
I owe you from January till now. Hell, with what?
You pay, why?
With what?
What do you mean?
Why? Because I'm not like you. I don't have money. I got nothing to worry about. Drugs? What drugs, Joe? Where?
You say you can
Where?
pay.
Where's the drugs?
Some money right
Look
now.
at the car I'm driving. It's falling apart. Drugs, you got.
Call me daddy.
Yeah. You what?
Because I've been just supporting you for 4.5 years.
No, you got paid.
I think I'm getting flattered at this point. I'm just like, wow,
There's
okay.
an old saying, talk about me bad, talk about me good, but talk about me.
I know.
You know,
There's
Mae
no-
West.
there's no bad press.
Actually, that was Mae West.
That's right.
it.
And there's
I
no
love
bad
that.
press.
Well, yeah. So for some reason, they're going hardcore. You know, like we said, the fans are like their favorites. So it is what it is, and you take it with a grain of salt, and you just like keep on moving. You know.
Yes, I think I need to make a new song, Miss Gagiana, in here, because gag, for real, this is the shit they need to show on the show. For real. Like, why don't we see any of this go on? We see too many of talking about Teresa, and you're talking about everybody's always making a, like, fake storyline up against you or a fake rumor against you. Like, well, maybe it's because we don't see your real life, but is this stuff always fake? I mean, is everybody really lying on you? I don't really know. Like, I don't really think that's really true. Like, come on now. You're getting exposed left and right, and Bravo's protecting you, so I guess it is easy to push these type of things under the rug when they don't even show the real shit on the show. This is the problem I have. This is why I make these videos, so I can implement and input some real shit, because it's like, damn, y'all are not really showing the shit that we really want to see. Instead, y'all are pushing fake narratives and fake storylines. AKA, let's go back to Real Housewives of Potomac. How come we didn't see any of that Rabiana mistress whole situation? And here we go back to this shit. We don't see any of Joe's situations. Come on. I just want to see real shit. I mean, this is the Real Housewives. I get, like, some shows are manufactured. I get it. Some shows need to be, like, I just get some are dramatized for the TV. Is that a word? Dramatized? Yeah, whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying in this bitch. I was on television, so I get the extraness to it. I see y'all commenting. Somebody said something real sour talking about, oh, so a man coming after a woman. Girl, the show wasn't real. Get a grip. Okay, but anyways, back to the Real Housewives. I just want to see their real lives. You know, the point of this show. So anyways, moving on, we see Miss BBL Queen, that is Dolores, because every time I see her, she got a new BBL or a new surgery. Like, girl, what is your storyline besides these surgeries and new men every goddamn season? And this new man, he looks way different on Instagram than how he does on the show. And I'm not trying to, you know, look shame and body shame. He's very, like, built body-wise, but that face don't look how you be posting on Instagram of him. Like, what's going on? Ooh, he's scaring me. And I saw a clip of you talking about how Frank is such a good look. Okay, I guess everybody got their own taste, but like, okay. Come on, Miss BBL Queen. But anyways, get into Miss Jennifer and Dolores getting into it after falling out at the last reunion over Dolores not really being a good friend in Jennifer's opinion, excuse me.
What happened? Like, how did you get here? I went through a lot of stuff last year because Margaret brought out an infidelity that my husband had. She wanted to, like, deem me a hypocrite.
I do feel like you always try to, like, slut shame her and make her feel ashamed for anything she's
She
lived.
called me a concubine, okay?
A concubine?
I'm not a mistress, honey. That's you. If you haven't seen it already,
by definition,
no, by definition,
is a woman
Merriam-Webster, where are you at? By definition, it's a mistress.
Lesser value than their husband.
Lesser value that is not married to the man she sleeps with. That's not me, honey. That's you. She's like, oh, because you've constantly come after me for being a cheater. Meanwhile, you're with a cheater.
Brielle from South Orange, New Jersey said, Jennifer, you said Margaret boasting about her behavior was a trigger for you. But why do you hate the woman who cheats and give your husband a pass?
That's what I want to know.
I love my husband. I don't love the other woman. I'm entitled to forgive my husband, and him I have a foundation with. I didn't blame her. No, I didn't blame her.
You did.
I didn't blame her. I
wrote
blame
to the
both of them.
pharmaceutical company to get her fired.
Now that I would do it again.
Okay,
honey.
Jennifer, can I talk to you over here, please?
You absolutely can.
You've been talking about me through the whole party.
I'm talking about you to try to get you to where we are right now.
I tried to talk to you at the roller rink. You walked away from me twice.
You weren't making eye contact with me. You didn't seem like you wanted to talk to me. And the last time we were together and I was just telling you just a glimpse of how I felt, your instinct was just to be like, oh, okay, then I don't like you. You brought it to the show and it became a whole freaking thing because you said something.
Thanks, I told you to do that.
I just want to know. Don't call me a Are you kidding? Relax.
I can't.
What do you mean I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Auntie,
You're out of your mind.
I'm not an answer.
No,
You don't
Frank,
even, you're deflecting.
her.
And I was just like, dude, like, I'm trying to like tell you.
You've told so many people, Jennifer, that I haven't been a good friend to. And
that's how I feel.
I already know some of y'all are gonna eat me down, but like Jennifer is valid in how she feels, because it's like, if somebody's talking so sour about me, why would you be friends with them and you're talking about you love me down and we're such good friends and so on? Like, I don't know how you could continue to be friends or stomach somebody so toxic, which is or was Margaret at the time in Jen's case. So you're like, what are you not understanding, Delolo?
Loyalty was broken because why did she listen to Margaret? She should have came.
Teresa, if you haven't realized by now that Dolores is a better friend to Margaret, you need to open your eyes. I know you've been friends with her longer, but her friendship with Margaret is stronger.
I loved you, and you couldn't even have the decency to say what Margaret did to me was wrong. You sided with everybody else.
I didn't
and
side
then you
with
just,
everybody.
You
really?
said that I'm not defendable.
You're not.
Okay, noted. So I'm not
Okay, listen,
defendable.
but I
you
still
don't
do it. But I
you
still
don't.
do it. You know what? You
was
and
just
I don't
looking
agree
for
on
that.
what a friend is.
We totally don't. I'm nice. You're not. We're good.
I don't like to instigate things. I like for things to calm down, and I'll speak my piece, because emotional people don't carry, they're not rational. It's not, emotions do not follow rational channels. They just don't. So when somebody wants to calm down, then I'm going to talk to you. Otherwise, I could get violent, I could get nasty when things are like that, and, well, you know.
I think we all were. I was upset but impressed at how much you just kind of like kept your composure this premiere.
Well, that's because I don't have the weight of the world on me anymore. Like, he
Excuse me.
takes a lot of
We have a love bubble.
Yeah, I'm in a
Yes.
love spot. You know,
A love pot.
I know, Melissa Gorga. I know. But, you know, I have somebody in my life that off camera takes a lot of heat off me on things. I've been divorced 25 years. And I've raised 2 kids by myself. And I've had a lot of responsibilities on my plate. And sometimes there was a lack of patience for things because of everything that I had on top of me. So I was able to let it might have saved Jennifer's life this season that I had somebody in my...
I think I actually did save Jennifer's life.
Girl, you and your little ugly man. Okay, let me okay, no, but for real, save Jennifer's life, girl. What the fuck are you talking about? You ain't catching no case, girl. Shut up. Like, let's be for real. We love the antics and dramatics, though. But let's get into Miss... Oh, hold on. Let me check Jennifer, though. There is a time and a place. She didn't really need to do all this at wherever they are, because I really forget wherever this party is with the new girls and everybody getting together. But yeah, yada, 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 confetti, nice house, whoever's house they are at. It's giving, but it's like, again, Jennifer, like, you didn't have to... You could have called her if you felt this way. Again, Dolores said you saw her at the skating rink party that I didn't put in here because I really didn't care to see that. And yeah, moving the fuck on. And so, yeah, let's get into Danielle really eating upon Dolores, because I feel like she's spilling the tea that we want to see on the show too. I mean, I guess we really do see Dolores's sour dating life in BBLs, but yeah, I just want to see Danielle, my girl, get into it.
Back to the other person that's on team take care of me, Dolores.
Dolores.
Well, Dolores would say that because Dolores literally has Frank taking care of them before the divorce and since the divorce.
Frank is a tough act to follow for a man.
Yeah.
And, you know, here you got this Frank's a good looking guy. And him and I are very close. It takes a really secure man to handle that. And David is a very secure man and loves our relationship. So I think Frank, for that reason, wants me to be with someone who accepts him also.
And then she has another man who she'll date, or now is David, and he'll take care of her too.
Not every man can handle Frank Tanya walking in with tattoos, 25-inch arms, saying to David, you look like you could fit, like, are you wearing Frankie's underwear? Like when he was 10, like. There's a time to move on from things. Mm-hmm. And it was not like for any reason, I'm sure he has nothing bad to say about me. I have nothing bad to say about him. But
okay, enough of Miss BBL, mama. Miss Blackface, okay? Let me not do too much, because I be wondering, like, Dolores, do you... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But anyway, ooh, you ain't shutting me down over here. The next scene we get... Well, not the next scene, because I'm moving on to the next episode. So we are now on episode 2, and we are seeing the new girl. I forget her name, but I am digging her. She got her start on True Life. You know, shout out to True Life. I got my little start on there, too.
I think this was a great dinner. I think you're ready to go now.
Look at Miss Karenhugerswig. Yes, no, but don't eat me up. I was 17. You can watch that video somewhere on this page. It's on here, yeah. But like I said, don't eat me up. I was 17 and don't believe everything you see on TV, as I said earlier in this video, bitches. Yes, but anyways, let's get into this new girl and her and Jennifer, like eating snacks and just living their rich life. Two bad bitches. How about that? They're actually all bad bitches, but yeah. Okay, let me hold on. Before we get into it, Margaret, I'm not saying she looked bad, but something is, I hope she is okay on a real note because she's looking real sick and sour. And I don't know what it is. It's not that mouth. We already know it's trout, but I'm saying like, I really do hope she's okay because she looks sickening. And I don't know what's happening. But yeah, let's actually get into the clips because it's getting dark and I don't want to make fun of anybody and they actually really be sickiana.
Can I have water or Coke?
No,
or...
water's fine.
Water's fine, okay.
I actually wanted to ask you, how are you feeling after the calendar shoot? I kind of was in the crossfire with you and Dolores.
Teresa, I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Hi. Hey, babe.
How are you?
Good. Look who I got here. Hi. We want to know how everything went with Margaret.
You know, it's hard because we were close, but there was a side of you last year that was just so cutting and hurtful.
Did she ask you about that girl, Laura?
No.
Who's Laura? Well, Laura is Margaret's ex-best friend.
So, okay, let's get into this whole mess. Basically, there has been several rumors going around, and I think some of them are involving your name, which we're going to be talking about it. Another one's involving Margaret. And I think the essence of everything, you know, it comes from the fact that you used to be very good friends with Margaret Joseph. According to what we have been hearing out there, you were friends for, I think, over 30 or 40 years. Is that right?
Yes, we were friends since we were 12 years old, but we were steady friends for probably the past 10 years.
Wow. Okay. I did a little bit of stalking on your Instagram, and I could see like you were very close. You spent Thanksgivings together. You spent birthdays together. Like there was definitely a good friendship. Like you were literally like family. Am I right?
Of course, I'd be lying if I said that we weren't. We spent the holidays together. We were very close. And I really loved her and Joe. They were family to me.
They had some sort of falling out, and this Laura was trying to get in touch with me and Teresa to just tell us stuff.
To lay dirt on our ex-best friend?
Isn't that wild?
Are you
I
serious?
was very suspicious of the whole thing.
It's not a secret. You definitely had a fallout, right, with Margaret recently. And that's what's going to initiate this whole like wave of rumors. What can you tell us about that fallout? What happened there?
Okay, so that fallout happened last December. And contrary to what people are saying, it is not because I didn't get on the show. We did not fight because of that. There were different things that happened, but in December, her and I had a disagreement about the way I felt she treated me. And, you know, I don't think it's a secret. She never thinks she's wrong and rarely apologizes. And we were going to a party that she had invited me to, and she texted me one morning to say that she was canceling our trip to a doctor because she had to get a COVID test for a party that she was going to on Friday night. That being the party that I was going to with her. So I responded back saying, I don't know if you remember, but you invited me to that party. And we went back and forth, and I felt like she was totally disregarding me, thinking she just didn't have to even let me know that I was no longer invited because our husbands had plans that were canceled. But it wouldn't be unusual that sometimes our husbands weren't even together and I would still go places with Margaret. It didn't mean that I wasn't uninvited. So we went back and forth, and there was a lot of talk back and forth about why and how, and it was really getting convoluted, and that wasn't what I was trying to say. What I was just trying to say was that I felt like she just was disregarding me. And instead of agreeing to disagree and just say, hey, maybe I didn't really acknowledge her feelings and apologize to me, she didn't. And what she did do was tell me that we needed a break a week before Christmas, a little bit more. And that was the end of it.
Did she talk about anybody else or just Margaret?
Okay, hey, it's me, Karenhugerswig. I'm a little confused because if we're not going to be seeing this friend on the show, because I don't believe that she's going to be on the show due to Margaret getting her off of it. But if we do see her, confetti. But if we don't see her, why are we talking about like a Casper the Ghost type figure that we're never going to see? I mean, I insert clips in this bitch, but that's because I did my research and my homework. But I feel like the girls on the show, the producers are not going to be adding these clips in here and just make this girl look crazy and make Margaret look like she's the victim per usual. I just really want the producers and Bravo and whoever's running these shows and storyboarding and so on to stop playing in our faces and actually give us reality, real reality, And I'm not saying Granny Marge is never the victim. I'm just saying, like, girl, you be crying wolf. I feel like you set yourself up to get in these situations. You very much are the puppet master. Just own it, mother. But on a real note, what's the point of having this girl again, like I said, on the show or even have this as a storyline? Like, let's talk about the bad businesses that they have. The shit that I showed earlier in the video. Let's talk about that. I know I'm becoming a bit difficult in this bitch. I was complaining that I wanted Margaret's tea to be spilled because she's going around spilling everybody else's tea, digging in everybody else's past and so on. But it's like, I want legitimate tea on her. Somebody find it and get it. Like, yeah, because we already know about her being a mistress. Like, what's going on with her kids? What's happening with that? Does she see her kids finally? And I'm not trying to drag them in it, but they are of age. And I'm not making fun of them. I'm just saying, like, her relationship. Like, why don't we ever see you with your kids? They're that disgusted with you because you were hunching with another man in the shower, cheating on their father? Oh, okay. I know that's in the past, but let's get into your friend spilling your beans.
Okay, so let's move on into the rumor number 2, which is the cheating allegations of Melissa Gorga. So the first rumor was that was that a friend of Margaret, meaning you, has caught Melissa cheating in New York, right? That was the first thing. Then it kind of like changed into Margaret being the one who caught them, and then she told you, and then you went and tell that to Teresa and Jennifer. So just clarify for everyone what really happened. Did you saw anything? Did Margaret saw anything? Who saw it, and what really happened?
So what I said was that Margaret told me that Melissa was caught by someone else in a car kissing someone. Margaret was not even there, but that she discussed it with Melissa.
We're both silent.
Oh, wait. Oh. Okay.
You just came into my world, a little boy without a girl. You just smiled at me. It's been weeks that were up there. We made love so sweet and pure, and then I knew, yeah.
off, J-Lo. They got your tea. See, this is the stuff I want to know. I want to know about you kissing other men in the car besides Joe Gorga, because I know, okay, Joe Gorga is fine, even though he's annoying. I'm not gonna, my eyes ain't gonna lie, okay? Now, I'm gonna give it to you the way I see it, and what I see is a fine-ass man, just brain full of bricks, and his wife, she's beautiful too, but brain full of bricks. Coattail riding ass bitches, okay? I just want you to have a storyline away from Teresa. If you can, get back into the music if you can. Joe, stay away from construction because it seems to me that you you're not a good landlord and you be scammiana, allegedly. So, and I don't know if the store scene is really for Miss Meliciana because, the fake Chanel, and then your ex-business partner is not really happy with you and she takes any chance that she can to drag your ass on social media. So, yeah, this is the stuff I want to see upon my TV screen and not you mad about text messages to your sister-in-law. Let her live her life with her new man. Joe, you cannot be her new man. You are her brother. That means siblings. That doesn't mean lovers. Get it? Okay, yeah. So we're going to end this recap here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Yeah, and I know there's more that happened in the episode too, but I got to the meat and potatoes, and we're just going to, end it here. And until next week where we'll get into it again, we're just going to end it here like I've been trying to just do. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys could like this video, subscribe, it really helps me. Yeah, it helps me and it helps you guys be able to see these videos. So yes.